Good morning, Elm Creek Ward. Bishop Taylor here, and I am actually sending this video from Bear Lake, Utah, which is funny that we just drove 20 hours across the United States to get to a lake, coming from Minnesota, where we have 10,000 of them. But it really is, it's beautiful. I'll see if I can flip the camera here. I don't think that I can. Just had my old person moment where you see me looking at my phone, trying to find the ability to flip it here. But I'll show you here in a minute. But we're here for a family reunion. I went to college not too far from here, and we grew up a couple hours from here, both Joan and I. And it's nice to be back. There's big, beautiful mountains and a beautiful lake, and not a ton of people. This would normally be packed with recreation, but this time of year, obviously, not as many people as you can imagine. But we just drove 20 hours across the country, and the kids were good sports about that. And as we drove, I've been thinking a lot over the last several weeks. I've been thinking this morning about what to share, and I think one of the things that I just wanted to share is that through all of this turmoil, the thing that stands out to me, and maybe it's because I'm sitting in beautiful country right now, but is that we are truly blessed, and life is truly really good. It's really easy when there's all this turmoil and there's all these changes and there's all this upsetting and things are going to be different and our bodies are used to routine, and then there's turmoil in the world, and there's turmoil in other countries, and there's natural disasters, and all these things can shake us and give us anxiety and fear, and some of us more than others just because of the way that we're built, and there's nothing wrong with that. This life was never intended to be super easy. But the thing that stands out to me is that we are truly blessed. We have the gospel. We have a Heavenly Father. We have, not all of us with all of them here living, but we have loved ones in our lives on both sides of the veil. We have health most of the time. Even some of our members who have tougher health, I've been surprised at how much you're able to do with some of your limitations. And we have a pretty decent standard of living. If we were to rewind 100 years and make a comparison, we have a beautiful earth that's just so packed full of nature and beauty and things like that. And even in these difficult times, we can go for walks, or we can go for rides, or we can go and just see different things in the world. We generally, most of us don't go without food most meals. We're really well blessed. We have a beautiful church building that I'd love to meet in eventually, and I'm realizing right now I'm breaking my promise to make it a short video the next week, so I'm going to try to wrap it up. But just in sharing all that, I would just share that I just believe that we are truly blessed. There was a shirt that one of my nephews was wearing the other day that made me laugh, and it was perfect for the end of the school year. It said, "Hey math, I'm done doing your problems. I have my own." And I thought that was pretty funny. Boy, more than any other role that I've been in, certainly as a bishop, I find out that that's true, that everybody has their own problems. You may look out and say like, oh, those are the people who have it good, and those are the people who have it all put together, and I'm the one that's struggling. But the reality is, brothers and sisters, we all have our own problems. And we can have an awesome life full of amazing things and amazing blessings, and we can still have problems. In fact, we will still have problems. And that doesn't make us bad people for not always being 100% happy all the time. We see through the scriptures that was not the situation of even the prophets. They had times where they were despair and distraught and frustrated. But at the same point in time, we were blessed, and life is pretty good. But with those problems, the Lord is there to help in so many ways, and he helps in ways that we don't expect. As I was reading through the scriptures this last week, the story that stood out to me was the story of Alma and Amulek. And Alma was awesome. I mean, this was Alma the younger, saw an angel, baptized thousands of Lamanites. I mean, went on this awesome mission with the brothers of the sons of Mosiah. Then he became the chief judge, and then eventually changed that and became the prophet and the leader of the whole church. And he's leading the whole church, and he's going from city to city, and they're baptizing thousands of people, and he's having this amazing experience. And he gets to one city, and the people reject him and say, hey, you may be the prophet of the church, but you're not the prophet of us, and we don't care. And as he leaves after being spat on and yelled at and ridiculed, Heavenly Father tells him, go back, So he does. He doesn't even hesitate. Pretty amazing. And I would imagine in his mind, he's thinking, I'm going to somehow, something's going to happen. The Lord's going to teach me something, and I'm going to blow these people away, and we're going to have this awesome conversion. But instead of that, he runs into Amulek. And Amulek joins his cause. And Amulek, not Alma, is the one that turns the hearts of the people. And here's this amazing prophet of God. And it's not him. It's not him that turns the hearts of the people. And let's be honest, it's not Amulek either. It's the Lord. But the Lord knows what these people need, and so he finds Amulek. Alma, in all of his power and abilities, is not the person. He's not capable. He doesn't have what's going to be necessary to turn the hearts of the people of Ammonihah. The Lord knows that Amulek does. And so I guess in wrapping up, I don't know that any of that's that cohesive, but to say, brothers and sisters, like, this life is full of neat, amazing things, but it's also full of problems. And we don't always know how to solve them. But the Lord does. And he may not solve them through us. He may not solve them with us. We may see somebody struggling and want to help them and find out it's actually not us that's their fixer. But if we turn to the Lord on how to help them, we may find his solution that he's aware of. But he helps us. He always does. He gets us through these difficult times. I look back across my entire life, and I can't tell you a specific instance where he didn't help me. It doesn't mean that everything got peachy keen and I never had any troubles ever again. But he's there, and he'll help us when we turn to him, and I believe that. And hope you have a wonderful week. Oh, I was going to show you the lake here. It's really pretty. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope you find the beauty in the world around you. And when it gets really difficult and you have difficult problems, turn to the Lord. Love you all.